Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today we're looking at a fog puzzle. Hurrah, many of you say straight away. This is by Neumann, and it's meant to be not too difficult, so that may depend on your understanding of the entropy line, which we occasionally get in Sudoku, but anyway, I will explain it fully in a moment when we go through the rules. But before that, I do want to tell you, obviously, about our Patreon, where we are still running the Blob Sudoku Hunt, The Hobbit, which is absolutely fantastic and great fun, and loads of people are getting it right, which proves how good it is, and they're leaving rave reviews on our entry form site. I can promise you that it's really popular, so give it a go. It's great fun, and people will give you help on Discord, on the Patreon chat channel, if you get stuck on any puzzle. There are an incredible number of really nice people who will, in a very non-patronizing way, help you see the next step in any puzzle. And it's a service that they just do voluntarily because they're nice people. Now, our Discord chat is brilliant as well. Like, do check the link if you haven't been on Discord under the channel, in the description field, where you will also find the link to the apps. We have a number of apps, including, of course, Line Sudoku and Arrow Sudoku, and also, of course, Fog of War Sudoku, our latest one. So if you like the fog puzzles, that is there too. And what else have we got? We've got our merchandise and SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD, and the link to this puzzle by Neumann. It's called Playful Fog, and I'm going to go through the rules now. So normal Sudoku rules apply. That means 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box eventually. There's a lot of fog in the grid, and that will get cleared by placing correct digits. That will clear fog around the surrounding cells. Digits on an arrow sum to the number in the attached circle. Now, on a red line, these are entropic lines. If you take any consecutive any adjacent 3 digits on the line, one of them will be low, meaning 1, 2, or 3. One of them will be middly, 4, 5, or 6, and one of them will be high, 7, 8, or 9. So just look at your number pad and mentally divide it into the low, the bottom section, the middle section, the top section, although confusingly on the number pad, the bottom section is, oh no, on the number pad, the bottom section is the low numbers. No, it's on the pad by the grid when you play on Sudoku pad, that 1, 2, 3 are at the top. Anyway, so those 3 digits will include 1 low, 1 middly, and 1 high. Now, there are rules about the entropic lines. They only move horizontally and vertically, and they don't overlap with each other. So those are facts that we know about the lines. Give it a try on the first link under the video. I'm going to restart the clock and say, let's get cracking. And what do? We get 1s and 9s in the corners. Right, so as we travel along an entropic line, let's give this cell a color, purple. Those 3 cells are the 3 different entropies. Those 2, let's call them green and yellow. I don't know what entropies they are, whether they're low or medium or high, but they are 2 of those. And every group of 3 involves all 3 colors. So if that went purple, green, yellow, the next one would have to be purple again. And the point about that is that these 2 are always going to be the same as each other. Now, do they have to be low? They're certainly not both high, which would add up to a minimum of 15 in the circle. I'm seeing the same sort of line shape on all of these. And I'm thinking these are all low, but 4 and 5 add up to 9. Well, these can't add up to 9. Low is correct, so my blue surmise has been proved correct. How do I know? In fact, I know what they all are. That's really weird. That's quite a giveaway. Right. Why do I know that these aren't 2 middly digits adding up to a high digit? Because they would have to be 4 and 5 adding up to 9. And 9 has been placed in all the perimeters already. So these circles cannot contain 9. In fact, since 1 has been placed in the perimeters, the 2 low digits in each case are a 2-3 pair. And I'm going to clear some fog by putting 5 in all the circles. There we go. So all these blue digits are 2 and 3 that I've marked. In fact, let's do... I don't know if I'm going to carry on the marking all the way through, but I'm going to try and use blue for low, yellow for middly, and red for high. And now we've got yellow, blue, so we need red. And that applies there and there and there. The symmetry of these lines is all encompassing. This must be yellow, that's yellow, that's yellow, that's yellow. This one, actually, yes, these lines all continue past the 5. Do they all? Yes, they do. And they must go to a red digit. So those are all red. This one is on an arrow. So that is 7 or 8. Adding to, I was going to say 1 or 2, but there's a 1 in the box. So it's adding to 2. It is a 7, and the circle digit is 9. We know that it was mentioned that there were circles. It didn't suggest pills could be the arrow sums, so it was always going to be a single Sudoku digit. I think the same's true here. This is going to go 7, 2, 9 as well. The symmetry has broken from 90-degree symmetry to 180-degree symmetry, because this is not an arrow, or it's not an arrow tip, it's an arrow circle compared to these two. Oh, I've just written 6 in there when I meant to type 9. Oh, I should be colouring, shouldn't I? 9's are red, 2's are blue. Now, what's this arrow? Oh, and there isn't a matching arrow there. So now even the 180-degree symmetry is broken down. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 left to fill this box. If I was to put 3, 4 there, the minimum 2 numbers, I'd need to put a 7 there, which is not allowed. So it's not 3, 4. The next best minimum is 3, 5. And since that's the only way to get 8, that must be what's going on here. 3, 5, 8, and that's a 4, 6 pair. Now they're both yellow. 8 is red and high. These two are a 4, 6 pair in the top row that are yellow. These two are a 7, 8 pair in column 9 that is red. 8 in the bottom row now has to be here because there's an 8 in one of those two cells. So that's the 8 in the bottom row. This is a yellow 4, 6 pair. There is a lot of symmetry around these perimeters. Now, 3 and 5 are in those cells, so they go here in box 7. That's a 4, 6 pair, my famous yellow pair that have appeared everywhere. This is a red pair of 7, 8. And this much has all been given to us. It's not been hard to force out. But we've got here. So what do we do next? We've got more red lines emerging in the fog. We've got arrow bits. I don't think they can all be the same arrow. Not quite, no. Bit of Sudoku. So a 3, 5 pair there, they must go here. That's a 1, 2 pair, which I can colour. This is a middly digit, that's a high one. Don't know what to do with that. Don't know if this arrow stops here. I think it has to be a 5, 2, adds up to 7, but it might not stop there. It might turn or something. Oh, these 3 are all different entropies. And in this box, we've had 2 yellow cells, 2 blue, and 1 red. When we add a yellow, blue, and red in those, it's going to leave over 1 more red. And now we've got 3 reds in row 3. So neither of those can be red. There's only 3 of each entropy in every row, column, and box. So that's red. This is a blue-yellow pair. We've had all 3 reds in row 2. 9. Now we've got 9, 8, 7, 4, 6. I can do it with 3, 5 again. That's the 3, 5 pair. Now I can fill in 1, 2 here. And I suddenly saw that 2 allowing me to fill in 1, 2. Actually, I could do the same down here. Didn't see it down here. Now it is, that arrow is confined and must be 5, 2, 7. That's going to sort out this 3, 5 pair. Most of the fog left is in the middle. Haven't resolved any of those 4, 6 pairs yet. This is going to do one of them, but actually both arrow possibilities are there. What about this one? This can't be a 3. This is 5, 2, 7 again. Now I can finish off this arrow. That's not going to unwind all the other 4 6s. I'm going to need separate unwinders for all of them. These 2 3s haven't been done. There is a 2 3 pair looking at those cells, and there's another one looking at those cells. So 2 and 3 in the central box have to sit. Oh, look, 3 in a circle, that is a 1 2 pair on its arrow. So then I can do 3 2 3 2. This is 4 or 6 because there's a 3 5 pair looking at that cell. This is 7 or 9. What have we got here? 4, 7 and 9. The high one is 7 or 9. That one's a 4. This is 7 or 9 and is high. Now red and blue needs a yellow on that little entropy line, which is a 6. That makes this a 4. We really are narrowing the fog quite hard. That 2 has resolved that pair. This is an 8. Oh, I mean, let me just see, before I start colouring everything, let me just see how much I'm allowed to do in terms of Sudoku. It was quite a lot. So, these are all low. These 5s are middly. It's interesting. I've got all sorts of low digits, but only 5s amongst middly, and one single high in that little batch. Now, we've used up all the arrows that we've begun, but we haven't begun this arrow or this one that goes up into the fog and must go at, I suppose arrows could go diagonally. Okay, I don't know. This is 1, 6 and 8 by Sudoku. Now, 1, 6 and 8, that's an interesting group. The arrow has to include a 1. It can't be a 6, 8 pair. It's either 1, 6 equals 7 or 1, 8 equals 9. Now, both of those will give a red digit, and we've got a 7, 9 pair in the row. And that is 6 or 8 by elimination. I'm a little surprised this hasn't all come out cleaner. Oh, that 2 is looking up to the top. 3, 2, 3, 2 all resolved again. There's a 3 to go in the central box, and it must go there. And that's cleared fog. All the fog, in fact, has gone now. 2, 3. So, now, what is this pair? Is it 4 plus 5 equals 9? Because if it's not, there's a 1 on it. Oh, sorry about that. Just near the end, not where I want to be interrupted. That's a 7, 9 pair in row 2. That's an 8. This is 4 or 6. This digit is 1, 4 or 6 by Sudoku. This one is, well, 1, 7, 8 or 9 by Sudoku. We can eliminate 9 because the arrow won't allow that. Now yeah, this couldn't be 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So there is definitely a 1 on this arrow. That might get something done on its own. It doesn't quite. This can't be 8 by Sudoku, and this can't be 6. I'm just trying to find a shortcut. I can't do it. Right. Is this a 1, 8 pair equals 9? Or is it, I don't know, it could be 4, 1 equals 5, 6, 1 equals 7. This seems to have a lot of possibilities for a cell in the center of the grid that's seeing everything. That's very strange, actually. Oh, I tell you what, we'll do it by Sudoku. Where does 5 go in the central box? There's 4 5s looking into it. It goes in the middle. And there we go. This must now be a 4, 1 pair, and that is suddenly very straightforward. 8, 1, 9, 6, 8. Everything's going to get done now. That 9 sorts out 7, 9, 7, 9. This is a 7 to finish the row. 6 and 4. They're certainly middly digits, and we'll go yellow. These highs go red. This one is blue and is a 1. This is 4 or 6. We've got all the yellows in this row. That's red. And we know in the column that's a 9. This must be 7. That does 9 and 7 up here. That's become a 6 in its box. 4, 6 in the corner. That sorts 4, 6 in the middle row. That makes this a 4. That's 8. 4, 6 over here, just a bit of colouring left. Let's put a 1 in there and colour all the remaining 1s blue. Then we will colour those 2 8s red. That's yellow, as is the remaining cell, which is also a 6. And there we go, Playful Fog. Not too difficult at all today. And that's quite a run of easier puzzles lately, which is great. I like doing those. Not hard at all. Playful. I mean, in the title, I think implied it wasn't gonna kill us for time and difficulty. You just have to get your head around understanding the entropy rule, I think, there. And it's really quite straightforward. So let us know if you're enjoying having some easier puzzles on the channel. I hope it's a good thing. Although there was recently, I said a puzzle was really approachable and quite a lot of people found that it was pretty tough. So that can happen. I mean, I'm afraid we get a bit inured to some of the tricks and tips and don't really realise when they're a bit difficult for somebody who hasn't been doing thousands of puzzles over the last few years as we have. But it's always a pleasure to bring these to you and to assess how we find them. And many of the experienced ones amongst you will agree. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Whitman for sending that. Very nice little puzzle. And we will be back with you for more Sudoku tomorrow. Bye for now.